All right, more big gains for gold and silver today. New record highs for both. Pippa Stevens here on set with moves in the metal. These are big moves again, Pippa.
Yeah, so it's another day, another record is really the story right now for the metals. And of course, today it's all around fears around the Federal Reserve's independence, which is pushing investors into safe haven assets. It's the latest tailwind with geopolitical turmoil, including in Venezuela and Iran, also supporting precious metals. Gold is now on track for its 7th straight month of gains for the first time since at least 1974, pushing the gold mining stocks, ticker GDX, to record levels. Now, looking under the hood, over the last year, Agnico, Anglo, Wheaton Precious Metals, and Gold Fields are the most correlated with moves in the commodity, meaning they could be names to watch if the gold run keeps on going. And despite silver's huge gain in the last year, Citi just now hiking its target to $100 per ounce, saying investment momentum remains strong alongside ongoing physical market shortages. The silver miners also hitting a record, with Fresnillo and Hecla among the names that are moving higher, Brian.
Anybody you're reading or talking to that's saying this is doomed or
a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a rebalancing and stuff like this you reported on. Like, anybody out there on the other side of this trade?
Yeah, so there are a lot of people now saying that the precious metals and industrial metals even are looking more like momentum trades. And that's not really something you ever associate a thing like copper with. But then you look at copper, it's up 20% or so in the last 3 months. And, you know, you've reported on metals widely. That is an enormous move for something like copper.
Like they've turned into NVIDIA or something?
Exactly.
Like the traders have just gone from Wall Street bets to whatever to metals?
Yeah, and we've seen that in silver. We've seen a lot of retail investors get involved there. There's been chatter on Wall Street bets and that whole movement. But we've also seen stockpiling ahead of the possible tariffs. So the 232 investigation, that's ongoing. So things like copper and silver, they could be subject to that. So traders are bringing it into the U.S., sitting in warehouses. Once we get clarity there,
so
that
it's possible
could be a big
the Supreme Court ruling, whenever that does come out, Supreme Court, if you're listening, we'd like the ruling. That could impact the metals.
So this is different. So this is the 232. So this is about national security. So that could be implemented. There was a Department of Commerce investigation, and then President Trump, will decide whether or not to implement those tariffs. So that could happen regardless of what the Supreme Court rules on EPA. So something to watch there, because if there are no tariffs, then we could see a big decline in copper and silver, given that a lot of that demand has been pulled forward and warehouse levels are now at record highs in the U.S.